Greetings and love to all you fine people out there. Welcome to On the Porch. My name is Scott Bottrell. This is the first in an interview series designed to showcase musicians, their craft, their songs, their stories, their ideas. And with these uncertain times we're living in, give them another platform to maybe make a little money on the side. We know a lot of musicians and artists that have lost their livelihood during this period. Now, I'd like to introduce the most amazing and most talented man, Mr. Harrison McInnis. Thank you for being here. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm great, man. It's a beautiful day.
This is a beautiful day out here. Now, Harrison, for those of you that don't, or for those that don't know you, will you please give us a little introduction about yourself, who you are, where you came from?
I'm Harrison McInnis, and I'm right here from L.A., Lower Alabama, and born and raised here, and went to the University of Alabama out of high school, Roll Tide, and then went to Nashville after that to learn how to be a carpenter. And
he's a fine carpenter too.
He knows. And then worked my way back down here to the Gulf Coast, and I love it here, and don't want to be anywhere else. So now I'm in Daphne and Lake Forest, and that's where I think most of the people in Lower Alabama live, in Lake Forest.
Yeah, pretty
most
much.
Of them. It's a tight knit community
of 3,000 some homes. Yeah, very tight knit.
Yeah, and we all hang out together on the weekends. But no, I've got a boy and a girl on the way. My beautiful wife Bailey is pregnant with a infant little baby girl named Dandy.
Oh, I'm so excited about this too.
I know. You're a little too excited.
I'm so excited. I've been calling myself Unky Scott.
Yeah. So she's on her way. She'll be here in June, and until then, we're kind of hunkering down doing this. Thank you for this. This is wonderful. Thank you, Julie, for this. This is what it's all about. I've seen a lot of this on Facebook. You know, a lot of people doing little private concerts, and you know, it's like it's a great thing because it's really bringing people together, and it's showcasing a lot of people that don't really get to do this, you know.
Yeah, and it gives a lot of fans out there a chance to see a lot of music that they don't normally get to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know how it is as musicians. You go to a gig and you could have 50 people, you could have 4 people.
Yeah.
But this is a venue where anybody could watch.
Yeah. This pandemic has been fantastic for the music business.
for the music business. There's going to be an evolution of music that I'm really excited about. Songs and stories that are going to come out of this. Mm-hmm. You know, the silver lining in this dark time. What have you been doing to prepare for the coronavirus personally?
Nothing. I've been reading a lot online about, you know, how it's really not that big of a deal. I'm not sure if I should say that or not, but it's really not that big of a deal. Just wash your hands. If you're nervous, put a mask on, wash your hands, and it's going to be fine. We're going to get through this. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. But, you know, it's good that we're doing what we're doing. And a lot of good things are going to come out of it, but I just don't want fear, you know. I don't want fear to spread. And
we don't need to fear, and that's the beautiful thing about what we're trying here is give musicians another platform to allow y'all out there to maybe laugh and love and cry and dance. I mean, we all still got to live with hope, and it's the only thing that's going to keep us moving forward strong as a community.
True.
Now, Harrison's going to play us several songs. We're gonna do interview and song in between each one, and then we have some featured porch players going to come up, and we're going to do a epic porch jam at the end. So y'all stay tuned. But right now, Harrison's going to play a song that I was really excited to hear, and I just heard it during sound check, and it was everything I thought it was going to be. It was going to blow me away. And this one's about this little baby girl that's on the way. And you tell us a little bit about the song?
Yeah, Dandy is her name. It's from my Aunt Dandy. Her name is Ann Darrington, but everybody called her Dandy, and she's a fantastic woman. And her full name will be Isabel Darrington McInnis, and
that's a powerful name.
Well, and Collins was like, well, you can't name her, you know, Isabel Darrington McInnis and call her Dandy. He's like, trust me. Because his name is Harrison Collins McInnis, and we call him Collins. He's like, it's a pain in the butt, Dad. Really is. If you're going to call her Dandy, then put Darrington up front But anyway, this is what I really don't. I'm not like an Eric Erdman or a Ross Newell. I'm not like a machine where I can wake up in the morning and like start writing. Like these guys are amazing, and they can wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and be like, get their pen and paper and their guitar out, and they start writing songs. Like my songs come like a year at a time, and it's really just when something hits me,
Yeah.
Nothing hits you harder like about to have a baby girl. So
Yes.
so it hit me, man. It hit me hard, and this is basically my song, me and Bailey's song to her, and Colin's too. He's in there too, and that's it. It's we call it Dandelion because I thought that was cool, and it came from dandelion in a bed of clover. I just imagine like a bed of 4-leaf clovers and one little dandelion poked out of the middle of it, and
Nice. It's a beautiful visual.
So yeah, so we ready?
Well, without further ado, everyone, Mr. Harrison McInnis, Dandelion.
Will you have dimples like your mother? Will you hold the hand of your brother? Will you run for me when you run for cover? Will you be a butterfly? Will you be a lone wolf running wild? Running or flying, you'll always be my child. Be my child. You will shine, you will shimmer like the burning sun melts the winter. You will shine, my dandelion. Brand new eyes, hello love, see your mother's face. Your father's hands have yearned this first embrace. Meet your brother, he's here to show you the way. Dandelion, we've been waiting on this day. You will shine, you will shimmer like the burning sun melts the winter. You will shine, my dandelion.
Wow.
Hey, y'all can clap out there if you want to. Put your hands together. We have a little small audience out here.
Very small. Very small.
And they're
within
all
the
spaced.
directives of the CDC.
Yeah, they're
we're
all spaced
we're all
perfectly.
well within the
Chris, can you
confines.
guys show them on this on here? They're all spaced. Look how perfectly they're spaced.
We're following guidelines, people, and
Yes.
y'all should too.
That's right. Y'all could really actually separate just a
Yeah,
little bit.
you two are way too close.
They've been making out anyway. It's fine.
Wow, Harrison, that song, that was amazing, man. That
Thank
was
you, sir.
beautiful. Beautiful.
A shout out to Kathy Steele.
I was about ready to ask you about that. I know that's a special. Will you tell us quickly about?
Yes. Luther Womble, rest in peace, my friend, Luther Womble. I really didn't know him other than worshiping him, like seeing him live. And we played on stage one time, and he's a force, and a superb guitar player, but he was always loud. He was always like, he was the force on stage. So if you shared the stage with him, you kind of had to pay homage to him. You kind of had to step back a little bit. And I was at the Blues Tavern, and I got to be on stage with him, and I obviously was not paying enough homage to Luther, because he walked over and was like, and turned. Anyway, Luther Womble, this is his guitar, and he used to play at the Frog Pond a lot, and Kathy was kind of his, she would take care of him. It was in the later years, and she called him one day. I was like, "Look, Luther, I've got your check, and I've got your guitar. You left it here." He's like, "I'll take the check, but you can have the guitar." And
Wow.
so she kept it, and she's had it this whole time. And this last Christmas, she kept messaging me like, "Harrison, what kind of guitars do you have?" And like, this is kind of weird from Kathy. I was like, "I've got this and this." I told her, and she was like, "Well, what kind of have you ever played slide?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to work on it, blah, blah, blah." And so then the last time we were out there at Kathy's farm, she was like, "I've got something for you." And she came out and was like,
Wow.
"Play this guitar." And I was like, "Oh, sweet, I played it." She's like, "No, like, play it forever. This is yours from me and Luther." And I was like,
That is amazing.
so I named it Kathy. And so this is a shout out to Kathy Steele.
Kathy Steele. And Kathy Steele runs the most prominent venue around here called the Frog Pond. And if y'all haven't been, please make a chance to go. Once this is all blown over, it is peace and love and light.
Yeah, and Earl. She's had to
And Earl.
She's had to cancel.
She's had to cancel just like everybody else, and just like all the other musicians around here, Kathy relies on that venue to help her move along too. So speaking of that, is something I want to bring up quickly, is everything you do here, you can please find Harrison McInnis on PayPal and Venmo and send him some tips, because that's a big thing of what we're doing here, is giving artists a chance so they can make a few dollars. And PayPal, Venmo, Harrison McInnis. Now later on we'll have the Porch Players here, and if you'd like to leave a tip for the Porch Players, find me, Scott Bottrell, on PayPal, and that money will go to the Porch Players. And that is along with all the musicians out there that are live streaming. Don't be afraid to throw them $1 or $5, because they all could use it right now, especially Harrison. He's got this little baby coming, so he can use all the money that you can send, so send it on out. Now, quickly, what are some of your biggest music influences? Where does your music come from? Where does that well come from?
My big brother, Norman, is 4 years older than me. And this is back in cassettes era.
Oh, yeah.
I know you know
those
all about
days.
that. And he
Made
he
a lot
really
of mixtapes.
he pushed me, pushed a lot of fantastic music on. We shared a room, when we were little, so his music was my music, and I listened to whatever he told me to listen to. Basically, we had like a boom box, and he had lots of cassettes, and it was Zeppelin, and Allman Brothers and Grateful Dead. Basically, those three, Led Zeppelin, Allman Brothers and the Grateful Dead, I can pull anything that I do, I can be like, oh, that's where you get it. And I can, so a direct link to one of those members of one of those three bands, you know. And then I got into, of course, you know, Pink Floyd, and, you know, once I first picked up a guitar and started to learn, you know, to play, it was more of the singer-songwriter stuff. It was more like Neil Young and James Taylor and stuff like that. And that's where I like kind of cut my chops on songwriting. And because, you know, not to say that that's simple stuff, but, you know, you can't just pick up a guitar and play, you know, Birdsong or something, you know, like it, Neil Young and those kind of singer-songwriters, it's more about the words. It's not, you know, sometimes it can just be GDC and you can do a million things with it, you know.
As a songwriter, that can be frustrating when you're trying to write a song, and some of these songs are 3 chords long, and they create this brilliant piece of art. And
exactly.
It's like, how can I reproduce that at home with 3 chords?
Yeah, but it's also inspiring that, you know, look, you know, Neil Young literally used 1 chord in the song, you know.
Exactly.
Neil Young was just in D the whole time, and it's all about, you know, then it's all about the lyrics, and it's all about the description. It's all about putting the listener into a space that that they can relate to, and it doesn't take a lot of crazy jazz chords to do that, you know. And so that's, once I started playing guitar, then I, you know, went into that, you know, GDC and, you know, all these 1-4-5 things that I'm still at basically these days is simplicity, you know. And my chords aren't difficult, and my lyrics aren't, you know, crazy all out there. It's really just about making the listener or putting them in a space where they're out of their space at the moment, you know. And how you do that, I don't know, but I do it. It just hits me. Like I said, I don't get up in the morning and write. Like it'll just hit me, and this feeling will hit me. And sometimes it's like words, and I'll write them down, you know. But it's something that, like, it hits me hard, and so, like, I'm compelled to write down those words. Or so a melody will hit me, or just a feeling. Sometimes it's just a feeling of sadness, or a feeling of love, or a feeling of something. And then I pick up the guitar and, like, try to match. You know, literally just mess around with whatever I can find, you know, to match that feeling. And then it's like it goes. And it locks in, and then it's like, and then it flows out, done for like a year.
As you're songwriting, does your lyrics come first? Does your melody come first, or a combination?
It's really just a feeling. It starts with a feeling, and I'm not a poet by any means, you know. I
think some people would beg to differ.
I'm not, though. It's, you know,
you say that you have simple stuff, but if y'all haven't listened to Harrison McInnis's album, it's right here. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. You can message Harrison McInnis or Bailey McInnis on Facebook, and you can order your own physical copy along with T-shirts and stickers. But please listen to this album. It really blew my mind the first time that I heard it. I couldn't believe the production. And
it's Lee Yankee and Andy Cloninger, really. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a poet. I don't see myself as, but that is really, you can take just a feeling, and, you know, what I do is I take a feeling and I put music to it. But people like Lee Yankee and Andy, they took my feeling and the music, and then it's, you know, it's the whole songwriting process is never ending. You know, you can add, you know, add whatever you can to this feeling, and you know, sometimes the more people the better. Like people like Eric, you know, he'll write songs with 3 other people, you know, and we're supposed to write this weekend, me and Eric, and
nice,
and which I don't do often. I really don't. Like I said, I'm a songwriting machine, you know. It's not a math problem for me. It's more of just it hits me, and I do what I can to express what's in my head. But you know.
Now, speaking of that song, I think that's a perfect lead-in for you to tell us about this next song you're going to sing, and how much I know that it impacted you in your life. It's called Colorado Kisses.
Yes. It's basically about when we got married out in Colorado, and it was beautiful, and it was just the two of us, and we went out there, and we had wonderful people out there, including Mr. Robbie Amonette.
Now, this is the frog pond. You went out there for Kathy Steele's frog pond that she has in Colorado in the summer, and not only did you go out to play, but you took your beautiful bride with you and married her out there.
Yes.
And then the song has evolved from that feeling.
Yeah, and we really didn't have a plan on when we were getting married. Like a lot of it was up to Chad Edwards. Like he went out the day before, and like we showed him where we were going to go to do it. There's like already an altar out there, and so Chad went out there and like waited to see when the best lighting was and everything, and so.
And
so
if you don't know Chad Edwards, you need to check him out. He's all over online. Amazing photographer.
He's amazing. And so we got married. It was amazing. And but we were staying at State Bridge, which is right up the road from Rancho Del Rio. And Bailey and I and Robbie, some of me wants to think that me and Robbie were in a tent at one point together, the two of us. And he had some ideas, and we kind of like worked back and forth, and we started like this whole Colorado Kisses thing, this whole, describing what we were doing. We took duckies down the river, and down the Colorado River, and just like the trying to capture the feeling of where we were at, and that's basically how I write, is based on feelings and based on, not necessarily locations, but feelings about those locations will give me a huge like punch in the gut, and I have to like get it out, I have to match it with some type of chord. And I was like, so, and sometimes, a lot of times I won't find the right chord, so I'll tune the knobs to fix it, to fit the chord that I'm trying to play. And it ended up being in a double drop D. It was just like a really droning kind of thing, and it felt like it was real, like bouncing off the mountains, kind of. I was trying to do a lot of hammer-ons where it's like bam, bam, So
because this is not only a song like all musicians write. This is a memory. This is nostalgia. This is something that you can play and listen to forever and take you back to that moment in time.
That's the point. That's the final verses. I'm floating with you there while I lay here alone. I brought some Colorado kisses right here at home. So it's like that last verse ties it all in together, all of it's basically like a line to line. It starts, even though we were there when we wrote it, it starts from the point of view of being at home, and feeling the feeling that we had, whether it was last year or it was 20 years from now, this is what heaven feels like right here at home.
That's beautiful. I'm excited to be put into that time right now. So without further ado, Mr. Harrison McInnis, Colorado Kisses.
So this is what heaven feels like, you and me at home, 1,000 miles from Colorado. We did that on our own. I've got you, you've got me, only the stars can explain. Everything is different, but nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We sit down west just the other day. Nothing but love to lead the way. You were right by my side as the mountains passed, mile after mile, this love. Oh, this love will last. Kisses. Oh, right here at home. Well, Colorado kisses. Right here at home. Right here at home. They say there's two bridges just around the bend. We can get off there, but I don't want this to end. I'm floating with you there as I lay you alone. I brought some Colorado kisses. Oh, right here at home. Kisses. Well, right here at home. Yeah, Colorado kisses. Right here at home. Right here at home. Oh, right here at home. Oh,
Thank you. Thank you, Robbie.
You know, we were talking about nostalgia and memory, and I can only imagine going back to Rancho Del Rio, like I'm sure you will, and
We
playing
did. We
that
went back and took
song.
Collins with us.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
To play that song, I can only imagine the swell of emotion that I'm sure you were under at the time.
Yeah. Every time I play it, man, it really just takes me back there. I can hear, and with a little thing like adding delay pedal, that's kind of like a audio, just because this adds like it's like bouncing off the mountains kind of thing. And if I do it just right, I can literally be sitting right there.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So hopefully you'll be able to go back this year. I don't know if it's going to end up happening with everything
Not this
going
year.
on,
We got a baby on the way.
But next year,
Yes.
everything should be back to normal and be
Yes.
able to play again. And Kathy puts on an amazing production out there. And if you all get a chance, definitely go to Colorado and see Harrison McInnis play that song in the mountains and let it bounce and reverb off.
Where it was meant to be.
Where it's meant to be. So let's real quickly talk about Band-Aid next Sunday.
No, next Sunday. And some Sunday, maybe.
Okay.
It might be last Sunday. Maybe it is last Sunday. Where are we?
All right, let's do
in the timeline of things. No, just don't mention Band-Aid. It's fine. I don't know anything about it anyway. I can't tell you anything about it anyway. I'd have no gigs. Let's just talk about the songs.
All right.
Don't even worry about the gigs. And the merch. Gigs,
and the merch.
Songs and merch is all we got.
Okay, again, let me help Harrison peddle his wares a little bit. You can find him on PayPal and Venmo. Please send this man some tips. That way it can go towards his little baby coming. And his merch, please contact him online. Facebook at Harrison McInnis and Bailey McInnis. You can purchase your own copy of Love Remedy, and you can buy a t-shirt, stickers, and you can help this man move forward in his craft. So let's talk about the next song that you want to present to us. What song are you going to do?
St. Peter.
Oh, we're gonna do St. Peter.
That's your request.
That was my request. That's my favorite song. Oh, gets me every time. I'm super excited about this one. So, give us the story behind St. Peter.
It's also Bailey's favorite song too.
Is it Bailey's
Yes.
favorite song?
And it's not my band's favorite song. And I would love to have had the guys join on this one, but it's different every time. Like it's not a very complex song, but it goes to things. Sometimes I do it different every time, basically. So I didn't want to screw everybody up. But it was the first, most like Colorado Kisses, Dandelion, Love Remedy, all like 99% of my songs are straightforward, first person. This is how I feel. Let me tell you about my brain and my thoughts and my feelings. This is the first time I ever did a song that was like third person. It was like a story song, which I'm really still not very good at. But it's the only time I was able to like write a story in my head and that had nothing to do with me, and try to, make a story basically. And so the story is basically this dude who's like, in my head, I imagine this, like, I don't know why, but I imagine like this old biker dude, and he's like tattooed and, wearing a vest and super, super bad guy. And he falls in.
Not all vest wearing guys are bad guys.
But he was like a bad dude, and he was, just raised wrong and was thieving and robbing and just didn't give a shit about anything, and he met this sweet little Christian girl, and he fell in love with her, and she fell in love with him, and they, fell in love and had like this very short love story, and then I don't know what the accident was, but somehow she dies, and so he knew that she was very religious and Christian, and she believed in heaven and hell. And he knew if anybody in the world was going, if there was a heaven and if anybody was going, she was going. And so he, not knowing anything about what to do, he figured he'd bribe his way into heaven. He'd, steal a bunch of stuff. And when he died, he'd be buried with gold and diamonds, and when he got to St. Peter, he'd bribe St. Peter to get into heaven so he could see his girl.
That's a beautiful concept. I might have to use that concept. Make sure I get in. All right, so without further ado again, Mr. Harrison McInnis.
With much ado.
With much ado.
I've been swallowing my diamonds, chasing them with gold. I ain't got nothing now for you, honey, but I'm gonna be a rich man when I go. Oh, I'm gonna be a rich man when I go. And I'm gonna bribe of old St. Peter when I reach them gates of gold. I'm gonna say, hey, St. Peter, would you like a new gold chain? Got one right here for you, honey. Got diamonds on your name. Whoa, whoa, St. Peter, won't you let me in? Say, in my end, I can see my baby, see my baby again. I think I got it all figured out now, darling. Nothing left but time. I'm gonna sit in your rocking chair. I'm gonna drink my wine and I'm gonna bribe old St. Peter so you can be mine. You can be mine. Yes. I'm gonna say, hey, St. Peter, would you like a new gold chain? I got one right here for you, brother. I got diamonds in your name. Oh, 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 St. Peter, won't you let me in? See, in my end, I can see my baby again. Yes. I've been collecting up my memories, both new and old, and with a heart full of happiness and a belly full of gold, I'm gonna bribe, oh, St. Peter, so you can be mine. You can be mine. Yes, I'm gonna say, hey, St. Peter, would you like a new gold chain? I got one right here for you, brother. I got diamonds in your name. Oh, St. Peter, won't you let me in? So in my end, I can see my baby again. Yes. I'm gonna say, hey, St. Peter, would you like a new gold chain? I got one right here for you, brother. I got diamonds in your name. Oh, 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 St. Peter, won't you let me in? So in my end, I can see my Bailey again. Yes. Yes. St. Peter, do me a favor.
Oh, I love that concept. I so love that concept, and I definitely feel sometimes in things and mistakes I've done in my life that I might need to bribe St. Peter myself one day. So how did it, going back to songwriting, how did that song evolve for you over time? Was that an instant, this song formed, or did you have to, since you didn't have that emotion and feeling, you're writing about something else, did you have to evolve that song over time?
A lot of my songs do evolve, mostly really not. Like, it's just a feeling that sticks with me. So like I might make the song fit that feeling better,
you know, by changing, like, instead of just doing the, after playing it for years, I realized doing a 7 there, throwing a 7 in there made it just kind of, the minor kind of threw it, made it, you know, little things like that evolve over the years.
So minor tweaks, but nothing major. Did you ever take any of your songs and completely rewrite and change them to a heavy degree?
That's not how I write, you know. It's like something that just, it's almost like a taste in your mouth. Like it's something that, like, I'm trying to fit this and lyrics and melody to this taste in my brain, you know, like, so whenever it comes out, everything's kind of in line with the taste of mustard or whatever, you know, like whatever that feeling is, it all goes straight in that direction. So it takes me a while to get to where I can explain what I'm trying to do to explain mustard to you. But once I do, like, it all falls in line. So once it's completed, there's very little.
You taste the mustard after that.
Yeah, there's very little.
You feel
tweaking.
the memory, the moment in time that you wrote about. So next up, we're going to get up the Porch Players, but real quick, before we evolve this into an epic Porch Jam, again, let's go over a few things. PayPal, Venmo, please send Harrison some money. Get online and buy some of his merch. Get a hard copy of this amazing CD, and get yourself a T-shirt.
If you
I'm
buy
still waiting on mine.
5 CDs, you get a free sticker. So
that is an amazing deal. That is an amazing deal.
Bailey's my merch manager, and
you're cutting into her overhead, man. She's got plans for those stickers. Come on now.
All right, yeah.
So, and before we move on, and before this devolves into our epic Porch Jam, let me mention a few things. First and foremost, this whole production is presented by Foxy Records. Sergio Rangel,
and Bud Platinum.
Bud Platinum.
No.
Send
Not
us
yet.
your cases, Bud. Sergio and I came up with this concept a few months ago, and in light of everything that's happened, it definitely evolved over this last week of what we want to accomplish with this. And I said it earlier in the day, but the feeling that I would love to leave all of you with is the feeling of hope. Create, write, paint. I know you're stuck in the house, but take this time to make something beautiful for yourself, for your family, and it doesn't have to be a piece of art or music. I mean, you can create a home, you can create memories with your children, but just use this time to move forward with hope, and know that we're maybe sequestered for a little while, but we will come out of this. And quick PSA, wash your damn hands, okay? Use some hand sanitizer. Be smart about things. Let's stop with the hugging and the touching and all that stuff. Let's social distance, because it's not about you. It may be a low-grade flu to some people, but when you pass it to somebody with an immune problem or an older person, that's a death sentence. So remember that when you're saying that it's not a big deal, because to some people, it is a very big deal. Again, thank you so much, Harrison, for coming and spending the day. I love you, man.
This is awesome. Thank you,
Harrison,
Julie. Thank
yes,
you, DP.
Julie and David Pittman, for letting us take over your porch. And again, let me praise Foxy Records for presenting this.
Dr. Robert.
And then also, we got several different productions on this. We got Q Productions, Blue Shark Studios, All This Productions, and Foxy Records. Robert running our sound.
Mr. Chris
running our camera work.
Hey,
This was a group effort coming into all this. And I can't tell you how much I love and appreciate all of you for allowing us to bring a platform to people that could really use it right now. So everybody support as much as you can. Throw some dollars at all the people that you love, and know that they spend all their life trying to create something beautiful for you when you go out, and this time they could really use your help. So we're going to take a short break and set up with the Porch Players, and we're going to have some little fun, so y'all stick around.
Good job, Dr. Rabbit.
Sweet 6-pound, 8-ounce.
No, I'm
Baby
Teenage
Jesus.
Genius, the one that...
Oh, yeah. Teenage Genius, riding your skateboard and everything's cool.
Teenage Genius Jesus. That's the name of my new album. Those lost Jesus years were his teenage Jesus genius.
All right, y'all, we're back. Thanks for sticking around. Again, Harrison McInnis, thank you for coming. I want to feature the Porch players we got today. Mr. Ross Graham on bass, Mr. Mason Ferrell on lead guitars. Two of my most favorite human beings right there. So, again, we're going to evolve this into Porch Jam. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
This is, Got to Have You.
When you go to do all these, tell me with you when you go trying to do all these. Tell me with you when you go, my boy, to do all these. Tell me with you when you go to do all these. Yeah, girl, I got them. I got to have you. Sweet home in Chicago. Take me to your sweet home, child, in Chicago. Take me to your sweet home, in Chicago. Take me to your sweet home in Chicago, yeah, yeah, me go now. Girl, I got them, I got to have you. To have you. Come on, baby. Yes, sir. When you go, child, if you go down south, tell me with you when you go, child, if you go down south, tell me with you when you go, if you're going down, come on, child, girl, I got down, not to have you. To hell you. when you go trying to do one live. Tell me with you when you go to do one live. Tell me with you when you go to do all in the yard. I got to have you. Sister two blues. G with a 7 out.